Otakon 2024, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Otakon was an anime convention held from August 2nd through 4th, 2024 at the Walter E. Washington Convention Center in Washington, D.C. Big year for Otakon, big anniversary year. Let's see how they did. For the good, the mailed badges were a continued success this year. Didn't have to wait in line. All you had to do is apply your own lanyard. Continues to work. I like how they handled security this year. I thought it was more efficient that they focused on bag checks versus metal detectors. The bag check people seemed to be moving pretty fast too, and if you didn't have a bag, you could basically enter the convention center easily. I liked the general programming Otakon offered this year. I think there was something to do for everyone at almost all times. It was really well programmed this year for the most part, with a few other minor hiccups we'll discuss later. I thought the convention center food improved a little bit this year, and it's worth noting. The picture on the screen is a bowl I had that was shredded chicken. It was actually really, really good. My friend also had a really good burrito. And I like that the convention center is offering at least some food options, considering it was a little bit hard to walk outside the convention center due to the oppressive heat. The idle space might be one of the best kept secrets in terms of Otakon programming. There's some people working very, very hard to perform nice skits, singing. It's really, really entertaining. The people I saw this year performed really, really well, and I hope Otakon continues to provide this as a programming option. What might be one of Otakon's biggest wins was opening the walls between the dealer's room and the artist alley that you could walk between them. Huge win for the attendees. It made getting to both rooms easier. I absolutely adored it. I like that Otakon continues to offer retro arcade machines in the video game room. It adds another layer of entertainment, and I think it's working really, really well for them. Overall, I really like where the Otakon video game room is right now. They offer a lot of entertainment, and a lot of people like to spend a lot of time there. What was bad was the dance. The dance is in a space far too small with too many people trying to get in. I got down there, and where the line was and where the line was supposed to be on the map did not match. Either way, I was able to see into the dance and realized that they were overcrowded, they were standing shoulder to shoulder, and the room was at capacity. I had to say to myself, I'm too old to be here, and left. The dance at Otakon used to be an amazing thing in a large room with great music, and I hope Otakon can come back to that level at some point here, but there needs to be a serious look taken at the dance. For the ugly, what should have been better? There were too many repeat panels this year. I recognize titles I definitely saw on the schedule last year, and yes, I am a panelist, and we do bring back panels. You usually like to wait a year or two or more to bring back a panel, and honestly, there was probably not enough changes in those panels to justify them coming back again this year. I was disappointed in the 30th anniversary exhibition. It wasn't that much different from other years. They added an exhibit or two, but I don't like how they used the space. To me, other departments could have used the space they occupied much more efficiently, and this probably should have been kept in a smaller space in, say, the dealer's hall, artist alley, or basically anywhere else they could have fit it. This, to me, was a massive waste of valuable convention space. The dealer's room this year, I'll actually go as far as saying it was too big. And why do I say that? Basically, they could have taken 2 rows of dealers out and no one would have known the difference. I will also say this year that I thought the dealer's room didn't bring anything spectacular. I go to a lot of smaller conventions, and honestly, I saw a lot of same merch I see at those smaller events now. The dealer's room did not stand out this year and probably has gotten too big to the point they need to seriously look at cutting out some of the dealers they bring in. Otakon's convention merch booth needs a complete reimagination for next year. It's not working well right now. It's not the people working the booth's fault. It's not the people running the line's fault. Some people waited an hour to get merch. Other people waited multi-hours. The whole setup is a problem. They need to look at possibly adding anywhere from 2 to 3 more registers, and they need to look at how they line people up to get the merch. You currently walk in front of the booth, and it does not work and causes jam-ups. I would go as far as saying they might need to look to outsource this for next year just to raise the efficiency. It's not a great thing to wait in line an hour to buy merch for the convention. I would go as far as also saying I would not have a problem paying ahead of time and picking up at the event. Verizon's lack of coverage in the convention center at places is a major problem the convention center needs to work on. It definitely led to communication challenges, especially if you were down in the dealer's room at certain times of the day. There was basically no signal. The bathroom maintenance needs to be stepped up for next year, especially with more and more people attending. There are bathrooms that are less visited, and you kind of have to know where those are. But a lot of these ones that are along main traffic routes are not in the best of condition. and it seems like they need to bring more cleaning crews on to keep them maintained. Otakon, we need to talk. You guys need to give Discotek the proper room space and time. This year, again, Discotek basically filled panel 7. They need more room and more time. Put them up in panels 1 already. Give them the large room. Give them enough time to hold the panel. They need an hour and a half at least, not the hour. Discotek is your biggest industry partner at this point. Treat them that way. Give them the time they need to present their announcements. Overall, Otakon was a good convention, but there are some areas that will need improvement, like the merch booth. Most cons take a lot of time to evaluate space usage, and I think Otakon is probably heading towards needing that this year. There's probably going to need to be some decisions made about how space is being utilized and how it could be used better. And yes, there was around 46,000 people this year with the rough number Otakon sent out. Are they close to having a registration cap? The only time I'll say I thought it was really jammed up was Saturday around midday. We might be closer to a registration cap than we believe. I'll be interested to hear what Otakon does with that. What's my final grade? I'm giving Otakon a B+. They had a good year, but there is room for improvement, and I can't wait to be back again next year. Thanks for watching.